Astrollywood. I'm MVTO Astrologer Valerie Mesa, and today's a very, very special day for many reasons, aside from the fact that it's Astrollywood, obviously. But today is the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and that is like the event of the year. But before we talk about that, and before we get into the Zodiac breakdown of all the models, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on. Like always, my little cosmic advisory. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment below. I will get back to you in the following show, and go ahead and start leaving your comments because we start answering right away. So yes, dun dun dun, we're officially in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. Yes, it's not very good news, but I still have to tell you guys about it. This Mercury retrograde is actually in Sagittarius, and it goes retrograde on December the 3rd, the same day that there will be a full moon in Gemini. But before I talk to you guys about the full moon, I'm going to talk to you more about this Mercury retrograde that's a little bit scary to me, and I'll tell you why. Mercury in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the life of the party, right? But Sagittarius is also a huge schmoozer. They have the gift of gab. They're always down. You know, everything's great, which is why sometimes people are like, are they like borderline denial, or are they like being serious? Like, hello, what's happening, Sag? So having Mercury in Sagittarius makes us prone to procrastinating. This is also a little bit of like a liar Mercury. I don't want to say liar Sag because you're not a liar, but an embellisher, embellishing, kind of like if you went up a mountain, you're going to say it's like the highest mountain ever. Like that's typical Sag, right? So with Mercury in Sagittarius, there is nothing that Sag doesn't know per se. So do not during this time. And I know that it's a little bit hard because we're in the middle of Christmas shopping, you know, everything's happening all at once. We just got over Thanksgiving. It's Cyber Week. Everything's going crazy. Do not go crazy with the online shopping starting December 1st. Be very mindful of what you put into that form because Mercury also rules communication. And also do not leave things for last minute. This is a procrastinating Mercury. And do not commit to something that you're not going to be okay with doing. Mercury in Sag is like, yeah, I'll meet you up there. Oh yeah, I'll be there. Mercury in Sag does not show up. So those are things to keep in mind during this Mercury retrograde. Something else, Mercury retrograde is notorious for bringing past lovers and past friends to the present. So having Mercury in Sagittarius, and then Sagittarius' ruling planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is in Scorpio, all the skeletons and all the darkness that maybe you didn't get closure with like something, you know, dark in your past. Or maybe, who knows, like if you're dating right now and you're on Tinder and you're swiping right, be very careful because that person that you meet up with, they may have a little bit of skeletons in their closet that you don't know about. I highly suggest you don't start a relationship. That's just my advice to you. But now we're going to stop a little bit on Mercury retrograde because I can go on forever. The full moon in Gemini is happening just hours after Mercury goes retro. So that's this Sunday. This energy, just a heads up, the full moon energy usually lasts about 2 weeks. But this energy is intense because Mercury already rules Gemini. And this is a full moon in Gemini. Mercury's in Sag, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, Jupiter is in Scorpio. This moon is making a very strong square with Neptune, so it's very easy for our judgment to be clouded, for things to be hazy. We're going to question just like if things are real, if they're not, is this really like a feeling I'm feeling, or is this just Neptune? Remember, Neptune's in Pisces, it's very, you know, ambiguous, it could be deceptive. And we're also going to experience a Jupiter trine with Neptune, which gives us optimism and faith. But what happens with that? We believe lies with that deceitful, you know, Neptune, and then that praise like, oh, it's grand Jupiter. I don't know if I'm making sense. Please comment below if you have questions. Do not believe everything you hear this weekend, guys. It's going to get intense. But anyways, enough is enough. Let's talk about the Victoria's Secret angels. So we're going to talk about some of my personal favorites, but I know that they're your favorites as well. So let's get the breakdown going. We're going to talk about Adriana Lima, Lily Aldridge, Alessandra Ambrosio, and Candice Swanepoel. Swanepoel. No idea. If you guys know how to pronounce that, comment below. So let's talk about Adriana Lima first. Adriana Lima is almost everyone's favorite angel. Why? Because she's a goddess in the flesh. She's dreamy, she's intense, she's complex, to say the least. She is a Gemini, funny enough. I'm not going to tell you that Geminis aren't complex. They are very complex creatures. Geminis, if you're watching, comment below. But she is more than a Gemini. Yes, you could totally tell she's a Gemini with her flirtatious mannerisms. Fact. That little pointing and the little heart, that's very Gemini of her. But there's a lot more to this Brazilian bombshell. She was born with her moon and Lilith in Scorpio, hence her exotic sex appeal and devilish gaze. People with their moon in Scorpio have large hypnotic eyes. And if you guys, wonder like who has their moon in Scorpio, Mila Kunis, Beyonce, Miley Cyrus, it doesn't end there. She has her Lilith in Scorpio as well, which makes her uber seductive, powerful, and even obsessive. People with their Lilith in Scorpio, they get everything they want. They almost do like their own like spell in their mind. So yeah, she's clearly doing a spell because she puts a spell on the whole world when she walks down that glitter way. And we all know if you're watching, like all the girls that are watching tonight, like we're gonna wake up tomorrow and like, all right, I'm going on the diet of my life, because that's what we do every, like the day after the Victoria's Secret fashion show every year. Raise your hand if you do that, that's me. So she is also extremely influenced by Neptune. Neptune is the planet of our dreams, hence her dreamy persona. And she's extremely like regal looking. Like you look at her and it's almost like, are you real or are you a mirage? Like, no, like it's just Adriana Lima, guys, hello. And people who are like ruled by Neptune and have a lot of Neptune in their chart, they're charming and they're like irresistible. It's almost like you can't, funny enough, Marilyn Monroe was very much influenced by Neptune in her chart, and she was somebody that you just could not take your eyes off. So, okay, enough is enough. We love you, Adriana Lima. We cannot wait to watch you later. Next up, we're gonna talk about Lily Aldridge. One segundo while I take a sip of water. Lily Aldridge, speaking of Scorpio, she may not be Adriana Lima when it comes to her sex appeal per se, but she definitely doesn't fall far behind. Lily was born with her Sun and Venus in magnetic Scorpio, and it does not get more smoldering than Lily. I mean, personally, from my perspective, I always say that Venus in Scorpio is the most seductive Venus. But people with Venus and Scorpio exude intensity. Like, look at when she walks, like she just has, like she's on a mission and she's intense and she's like confident and sexy. And people with their Venus and Scorpio are also very witchy, and they kind of pick up on the undercurrents of any situation. And sexually, they're not just gonna hook up with you. Like, Venus and Scorpio will steal your soul, period. Like, they're soul stealers, and she's basically stealing everyone's soul tonight. That's Lily, guys. If you guys have a favorite Victoria's Secret angel, please, please comment below. I would love to know. And there's more too. You know, we only included 4 here, but if you guys have any questions about any other, angel, I can kind of just like look at their birthday, which one's your favorite, comment below. And if you're ever wondering why it is that they become angels in the first place, look at their zodiac sign, look at their astrology chart. It has so much to do with the energy that they exude. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about another fave, Alessandra Ambrosio. I love pronouncing that name. Another one bites the dust. She is timeless. Some even prefer her over Adriana. Comment below if you like Adriana Lima more than Alessandra Ambrosio, or if you prefer Alessandra over Adriana. It happens. They're all perfect. She's another Brazilian beauty, born with her Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus in Aries. Hello. It does not get more passionate, dynamic, headstrong than this. She is on a mission, she knows what she wants, and she is a sex pot, period. Bottom line, Alessandra Ambrosio is a sex pot. Okay, Mars, and not to talk about Scorpio all the time, because honestly, I know that I'm obsessed with Scorpio, but Mars is Scorpio's ancient ruler. Mars is the outer side of Scorpio, not so much the Plutonian internal side of Scorpio of the transformation and the karma and the depth. No, more about like that sex drive that she exudes, right? Not so much the sex drive, but her sex appeal. That's Mars right there. You cannot take your eyes off her when she walks down an aisle. And it certainly does not help that she has her Black Moon Lilith in Libra. And I'm mentioning the Black Moon Lilith a lot because I'm gonna start throwing it in there. Lilith in astrology, it gets deeper, and maybe I'll do another show on it, but think of Lilith as who we really are without society conditioning us to be a certain way. It's how we are when we are born, the way we want to do things when you're a kid, that first instinct, right? No, they're not children, but her Lilith says a lot about her. She has her Lilith in Libra. People born with their Lilith in Libra are masters of seduction. And it's different from the seduction of Scorpio. Scorpio is more hypnotic and they kind of get under your skin. Libra is just pure charm. And it's funny, they probably named the Victoria's Secret body splash tease after Alessandra. Who knows? Because Lilith in Libra, Libra's period, they tease to another level. level, it's different from Scorpio, right? But she has that charm, and who knows, we can't get enough of Alessandra either. So speaking of Libra, now we're gonna move on to Candice. Speaking of irresistible charm, hello, she's beautiful. 2 words, like her name, that's all you need to say. Like, somebody used to tell me how to pronounce her last name, but still, she's perfect. She is, I feel, she's like the baby spice of the Victoria's Secret angels, but like, I don't know, way prettier, I guess. She was born with her sun, Mercury, and Lilith in Libra as well. She is a walking, like, she seduces just with one stare. She's super seductive, and like a true daughter of Venus, you know, she totally lures you in with her beauty and grace. She looks elegant. She looks like Aphrodite in the flesh, and she's practically in every single one of the Victoria's Secret commercials. She like exudes that angelic angel that Victoria's Secret angels are all about, right? And again, just like Alessandra, she also has her Lilith in Libra. So what does it take to be a Victoria's Secret angel? Have either Scorpio or Lilith. No, I'm just kidding. But still, they're pure sex. It's so much sex appeal on that runway, and the glitter, it's just, it should be fire, it should be flames. They're all gorgeous. If you guys have any questions about the girls that I spoke about today, please comment below. We could still talk about these Victoria's Secret angels, but I don't know about you, but I'm super excited to watch, and they're just gorgeous. Adriana Lima is my personal favorite. I think that she has something in terms of like her exotic, just, I don't know, the way she looks, her eyes, they're just powerful, they're amazing. Anyways, before we continue on with this talk, I want you guys to see a little clip of a good friend of mine who's a Libra, JK, but still, we kind of did a little chart reading on him, and here's what he has to say, and he's a Libra too. Check it out.
All right, perfect. We're here with Sebastian.
We are back. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Sebastian Yacher. We are here with Cristian Acosta. Cristian, we're so happy to have you en el programa. Te queremos mucho y de verdad que nos encanta el pelo. What's going on? What's going on with the hair?
What is he doing?
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Listen.
Okay.
This is for Astrollywood.
Hey, my friends, what's up? We are back in Astrollywood with our next guest, Cristian Acosta. Cristian, we're loving the hair.
Can we please not edit any of this? We gotta show it all. All right, here we go. So you're a Libra.
Okay, I am a Libra.
Yes, you're a Libra. Well, Val Mesa, who is our MVTO astrologer, has sent over some info on Libras, on you, and the whole thing. Good? Here we go. So let's see how on point she is.
Okay.
Libra men are notorious for getting bored in relationships. Do you agree? That smile says yes.
No.
Oh, you just don't want to.
No, once I fall for somebody, I don't get bored. If I really fall for someone, no. It's just that right now I'm on a plane all the time, so it's hard to have something stable.
I have a feeling that he's not quite telling the truth.
I am telling the truth.
You never get bored in a relationship?
I mean, I have, but there's times where I haven't.
Okay, here we go. Libras love beauty. Is that a must-have when searching for the perfect mate?
I have to be physically attracted to the person.
I agree, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I completely agree,
Of course.
Yeah.
If you're not attracted to the person, it's kind of hard.
Right, of course, yeah.
Of course. Well, yeah, if, you know, I'm attracted to them, only if you're attracted to them. Libras, comment below. You know this is real facts. You guys need beauty. You need to be always attracted. It's not what's on the inside for Libra. No, it's Venus, it's looks, it's beauty. And that's what Libras are all about. He's such a Libra, he can't even contain himself. But anyways, I hope you're watching Sebastian because you're a true blue Libra. Don't even deny it. So guys, leave your comments. I want to know who your favorite Victoria's Secret angel is, and I want to know what your sign is. I want to know if you're scared about this full moon in Gemini, if you're ready for Mercury retrograde during Christmas time. Yes, she's out of control. She's beautiful. She really, really is. Alessandra Ambrosio just stands out. She's a lot of people's favorites, but I feel like they kind of take the cake with the real MVP. Wow, everybody's voting for Alessandra. No Adriana Lima? So everybody's been voting for Alessandra so far. Adriana Lima, okay, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. She is my all-time favorite angel. She walks that runway and it's like, okay, the show has officially started. So if there are any comments on, oh, my favorite was Giselda. She is gorgeous as well. I believe she dated Leo DiCaprio. Of course, Leo DiCaprio only dates Victoria's Secret models. Like that's like on his like, he's my, well, I was gonna say he should be a Libra, but he's a rising and moon in Libra, so he might as well be, right? So I'm not ready for Mercury in retrograde. I am not either. And this full moon is really, I'm not gonna, technically as an astrologer, I should never look at moons that way. Yes, Adriana Lima keeps winning. We should have done like a little poll for you guys to see who wins. She's my favorite too. Candice is second place for me though. I think she's so pretty. So this Gemini full moon is ruled by Mercury because Gemini is ruled by Mercury and Mercury's in retrograde. Think about it that way. It's almost like not even the moon is gonna function properly this weekend, which as an astrologer, I shouldn't necessarily say that. Okay, I'm a Gemini. How will this full moon affect me? Should I be aware of anything in particular? Absolutely, and it's not that it's gonna be a negative thing, but this moon, full moons are about like really the culmination, like seeing the bigger picture of what the seed that you planted on the new moon, right? So given that this is a moon in your ruling planet, I definitely have to see your like astrology chart to see where exactly it is that it's gonna fall, but it'll totally affect you. And in terms of communication, like I said before, be very careful what you communicate, what you say, even on technology, even if it's a text message, be very careful. This is, the next 2 weeks is crucial with that Mercury in Sagittarius in retrograde, you know, that moon, this moon is also squaring Neptune. Neptune is dreams. Hollywood is a perfect example of Neptune. We think it's real, but it's not. It's like an illusion, right? So sometimes we have certain thoughts that we think are real and they're not necessarily, you know, what's really going on. So be mindful of those things. And if you're dating someone or you're in the process of starting a relationship, be very careful with that as well. This person with Jupiter and Scorpio, they very well may have some skeletons in the closet that you don't know about. And also, wherever you have Jupiter, it's all gonna come out. Never ready for Mercury retrograde, but how's it gonna affect Scorpios? Again, I'd really have to see your chart to see how it's gonna affect you guys, but this Mercury retrograde, it'll definitely, you know, give you a little tug and pull, Scorpio, because it's Jupiter as well that's very much involved, and Jupiter is in Scorpio right now. And secrets are your thing, Scorpio. Taboo, you know, things that you keep inside. Something of the past is very likely to come back just because Mercury retrograde is super nostalgic. Mercury retrograde is like the king and or queen. I don't know if Mercury retrograde is a girl or a guy, whatever. The king and or queen of nostalgia. They're just like, oh my God, remember that guy that you dated? Like, look, like he's gonna send you a text and you just get that like, hey, and you're like, who is this? You know, who is that person? Oh, it's just me, Mercury retrograde. So yeah, just be mindful of that. And it's gonna end on December 22nd. So hi, what's your advice for us gems during Mercury retrograde, especially with holiday shopping? This is the worst part. It's like cosmos, the universe. Didn't you know that it's Christmas time? Honestly, my go-to advice always when it comes to Mercury retrograde is read between the lines, read every single line. You know, when you click that submit, don't click it again because maybe you'll buy it twice. You know, everything possible, every glitch possible with technology can super happen. And Mercury is your ruling planet, Gemini. So you know, it's kind of like, you're not like a marionette to Mercury, but you might as well be. It is like, it's like your gas, right? So gasoline, like kind of like moving forward, like Mercury, like that's what's gonna make you function. So be very mindful to this, especially with the communication, the secrets. Jupiter's in Scorpio, and that's very, very important. What is Lilith and how does that affect each person? Dun, dun, dun. You probably have Scorpio in your chart if you ask what Lilith is. Okay, so Lilith is, it can definitely be a little bit controversial. Lilith totally is the raw version of Eve, right? I don't know your religion per se, but technically she came before Eve and she was the I am woman, hear me roar, you know, not so much about being with one person per se, having the same, you know, desire and same needs as Adam. But then of course, Adam didn't like that, and then Eve came along. But those are just, you know, those are just theories and the story, so you can get more of an understanding. I don't want to offend anyone's religion over here. We all believe in the universe and whatever it is you want to believe in. But in an astrology chart, it's kind of like your dark side, but it's almost like your secret power as well. It's very, very powerful for women, men as well, but for men, it's almost like the women that they are kind of like super drawn to and they fall at their mercy, like they have no control. But for women, it's almost like that dark side, you know, how it is that they seduce in that Lilith way, and it's that raw, you know, secretive, dark way. And I'll give you an example. Lilith in Scorpio, Adriana Lima has her Lilith in Scorpio, Beyonce has her Lilith in Scorpio, The Weeknd. Think about it, those people are haunting. Adriana Lima haunts the world with just one walk down the runway. The Weeknd haunts with his lyrics and his voice. And Beyonce, please, let's not even get started on Queen Beyonce. All hail Beyonce. Lilith in Scorpio, because Scorpio is so hypnotic and so seductive, Lilith just makes that superpower that much, you know, stronger, and it's just that much more, I don't know, fun. I like looking at Lilith, especially for the Victoria's Secret angels. They're like little devils walking instead of angels. People call them angels, but they're really like, you know, they're little devils. Making everyone's life from a distance just like, I want to go to die. Should I avoid buying tech until Mercury is out of retrograde? Totally. Totally, totally. You never know what could happen. Remember, Mercury rules technology, Mercury rules communication, but it also rules everything that has to do with like those tiny little details. And if you're buying a gadget, you're gonna be at, you know, in the Apple store making that huge line, and you're gonna be like, I should have never in my life done this during Mercury retrograde. Because everyone's there buying everyone's presents. What should we manifest during this full moon in Gemini, especially if you're a Gem? Oh my God, I love that question. So it's not so much about like, what can we manifest? If we were more looking at a new moon, then I would tell you, okay, this is the type of seed that you're gonna plant, right? Like, what's the theme of this seed? This is gonna be more of a culmination, and it's gonna have a lot to do with something that's communicated. It depends what side of your chart it is, and that's how you're gonna know what was communicated and with whom. So that's how we can look at it. So, all right, guys, well, do we have any more comments, or we're ready to go? All right, guys, so if you guys have any questions, please comment below. I'll go back to you on the following show, but that's all for today, and I'm so excited to watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I hope you guys watch it tonight as well, and embrace your Lilith, embrace the cosmos, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day. Ciao.